And we are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Assetto Corsa Offline Championship here for Formula E for the final time this season at the lovely streets of Paris. So it is the final race of the Formula E season. We've got 6 drivers, but only one champion can emerge. In the commentary booth is me, Miran today, running solo, and it's been quite a rocky Formula E season, to say the least, administrating side. Obviously, it will be the first and final season of Formula E as we are switching to IndyCar next season. But what a way to end it off, through the beautiful streets of Paris. And it's a it's quite a long circuit, actually, or long, maybe not, but wide as well. 2.7 kilometers, and this circuit goes through the Eiffel Tower, so that is probably one of the biggest talking points of this circuit, that the drivers get to go under the Eiffel Tower, which is really spectacular, and what a way to end off the season with that as well. So it's gonna be really exciting, and you can see just how narrow some parts of the circuit is and how wide some parts of the circuit is, and it's very nice circuit, it must be said. But we have a few people starting their laps now. Gabriel Gomez there in front, Adam Wolf now as well, starting his lap, and then the cheetah in the background. So we got a few people setting their lap times now as we go on board with Adam Wolf through driver's eye. Here's Tal Nagali as well. He's not crossed the line to start his lap yet, but he will. But the biggest talking point of today will probably be the championship battle, because it's today where we will see a new Formula E champion emerge. So we have Mehmet Demirolu, 55 points, currently leads the championship. We've got Jakub Sikorski in the Andretti, 51 points. Gabriel Gomez with 43. And then we got 3 drivers tied on 40 points. So Demirolu, Sikorski, Gomez, Tost, Chereznia, Silva, and not Parrish. But yeah, Demirolu, Sikorski, Gomez, Tost, Chereznia, and Silva can still all mathematically win the championship. But I'd say that it's between Sikorski and Demirolu for the Formula E championship. Both have proven to be very strong championship challengers throughout the later part of the season. They both are race winners, obviously. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see who will take the victory, because it's the championship will be decided by only 4 points. So everything counts here. As we have a few times come in now. Håkan Olsen, the Norwegian, sits on pole once again. Same as he did in Anders Torp, he does now at Paris. Mehmet Demirolu, there he is. He goes P3 at the moment. Max Mittler is second. Emil Nilsson 4th. Riyad Bazino is 5th. Tobias Schwulenberg is 6th. There is Eduardo Silva. Jake Tillis goes P6. Silva went P5. Sikorski goes P6. So he's 3 positions down on his championship rival, as everyone slowly starts to set their lap times. We've got 10 minutes remaining in this qualifying session now. As there's Riyad Bazino, actually goes on to pole position. So a good lap time from the Canadian. But I think there's one person who's yet to set a lap time, so we're just waiting for him to cross the line. I think it might be... No, I have no idea. But yeah, there's one person who's yet to set a lap time. There he is. That is Matthias Poco, goes P10. But that is all the 20 times. Riyad Bazino is on provisional pole for the first time in his Formula E career, and it will be the final time as well. Håkan Olsen is second, and Max Mittler is third. Mehmet Demirolu is 5th. Mehmet's gonna want to hope to at least qualify ahead of Sikorski, and I think score more points than him as well. That's about all he has to do to retain the championship lead. But yeah, as Kai Chereznia goes P11. As here's Anton Urlov, the Russian. obviously made his debut. There's Mehmet Demirol goes pole by, I believe, 0.2 of a second. So that's a really, really strong lap time from Mehmet Demirol, and that is definitely what I needed. But Eduardo Silva tops him, and Jake Tildesley goes second. So great lap time from the Brit, and an even better lap time from Eduardo Silva to take pole. Hwang-Min Nguyen goes P5, Nugali goes P11. But we've now had an entirely new top 3. It's Silva, Tildesley, and Demirolu. But that lap time from Mehmet is definitely what I needed. Orlov and Tost go P4 and P5. But yes, this is great because now Sikorsky is P11. So that's going to be good for Mehmet. But Emil Nilsson takes that P3 from Mehmet Demirolu. So he goes up into the second row as well. Matthias Poker is up at the P11. So we're seeing a lot of improvements now in qualifying. So here's the man in P10, Max Mittler. Obviously, not one of the original drivers this season. Replaced Emil Nilsson at Audi after Donington, I believe. And yeah, same goes for Anton Orlov. He made his debut at Donington. Replaced Rosetta Martinez, who went to Formula 2, as Kai Cherezhnia goes up into P12. He's out of the points for now, but he's going to want to be looking for the points. But I'd say Cherezhnia, Silva, and who was it? I think it was Cherezhnia, Silva, and Tost. All those three tied on 40 points. If they really do want to win the championship, they're going to have to hope for a miracle, because that's going to be a big gap as Tildesley goes on to provisional pole with 7 minutes remaining, a 10th up, as there is Hwang-Min Nguyen. And there is Talal Nugali, goes P2 to make it a Jaguar front row lockout for now. So very, very strong lap time from the two Jaguars. Real Bazino goes up to P7, which is now P8, as Anton Orlov goes P5. So yes, we are seeing a lot of improvements at the moment. As there is Emil Nilsson, the Estonian, who takes pole, a 1:32.0. As there's Matthias Poker goes P4, his teammate. So we're seeing a lot of improvements. This is a very, very exciting qualifying. And what a qualifying this will be to seal off the Formula E championship. But yeah, 1:32.0. I think we could theoretically get into the 1:31s as well. As Gabriel Gomez goes P16. He's one of the championship. He's in the championship battle as well. But P16 is not going to do that battle wonders. So yeah, we'll have to see where he ends up. As here is Will Parrish. He's going to cross the line, but he's last at the moment. As there's Mehmet Demirol goes P2. So Demirol is very strong through here. Stevens goes P11. But yeah, Demirol is only 200s off Nilsson at the moment. As there he is, as Hwang-Min Nguyen. There goes Talal Nugali, reclaims pole position from Emil Nilsson, the Saudi driver. And you can see how close that margin is. Look, as there, another one, Anton Orlov goes up pole, and Fernando Tost takes pole once again. And you can see just how close the margin is. From 1st to 6th, only separated by a 10th of a second. So Fernando Tost, the Techeetah driver, takes pole with 5 minutes remaining in qualifying. But will that lap time hold? That is the question. And no, it won't, as his teammate Håkon Olsen, the Norwegian, goes on to provisional pole 1:31.792. What a strong time from Håkon Olsen. That is an incredible time from the Norwegian. And I think that might be the second pole secured for him. As there is Gabriel Gomez goes P2. Only about 100 seconds separated. There is Tobias Schwulenberg, the German, going on to pole position in 1:31.6. And we're seeing the lap times being drastically reduced now. And the Mahindra driver will surely be delighted with that lap time, because that will put him on for a very, very good race as well. And yeah, Tobias has struggled a bit in qualifying, but he's made it up in the races. So a very good qualifying and a good race will be very, very nice to end off the season with him. Here's Jakub Sikorsky down in P18. that is really, really not where he wants to be, and he's gonna have to hope for a miracle to be able to challenge Demirolo now, who sits in P8. So if Sikorsky doesn't score points this race, the championship will go to Demirolo. But Gabriel Gomez is P3. But I don't think that he's going to be able to win the championship even with that. Because he is on 43 points. So he needs to be about 12 points clear of Demirolo to win the championship here. So he needs to be P3 and Demirolo needs to be out of the points. Same with Sikorsky for Gomez to win the championship, as he does improve up into P2. So we're gonna see who's gonna be able to get pole position, and I'd say it's anyone's game for pole position at the moment. Schwulenberg has set a 131.6, Gomez a 131.7, Olsen a 131.7 as well. But yeah, only 4 drivers in the 131s at the moment, as Eric Alnebusa goes P10. And Sikorsky's gonna cross the line. No, it's the final corner. There goes Eduardo Silva, the Brazilian, reclaims pole position. A 131.5, and there, that's definitely what he needed. Jakub Sikorsky takes pole position at 131.5, and that is astonishing from Jakub Sikorsky. That is certainly what he needed to take pole position, and the qualifying battle heats up once again. A 131.5. Mehmet Demirol is P10 now, so the tables have turned in the qualifying battle, because now Sikorsky is gonna have, now Sikorsky has the advantage to take the title from Mehmet Demirolu, and we're gonna see who's gonna be able to get this, because we've got 1 minute 48. There is Max Smittler, and there's Emil Nilsson reclaims pole position. Strong lap time from the Estonian, 131.485, but that qualifying battle is not far from over yet. We're gonna see some people are still in the pit lane. Gomez, Olsen, and crucially Demirol is not gonna get a time in, so Mehmet Demirol is gonna stay P11, and I wonder why he's not gone out again, because that's gonna damage his title hopes surely. Starting P11, I'm not sure if he's gonna be able to get any time in, but this is great news for Jakub Sikorsky, as Eric Andebusa goes P7. But yeah, that's great news for Jakub Sikorsky, but because that means he's going to be several positions clear of his championship rival, and that might just allow Sikorsky, as he does go on to provisional pole by a tenth of a second, 131.3. So we're seeing the times go down massively now. So I think Sikorsky might just have this in the bag, as Max Smittler is P4. Here he is, the Welshman. Behind him is, I believe, Emil Nilsson, as Jake Tildesley goes P8. Tuang Minh Nguyen, strong lap time from the Vietnamese driver as well. He's up into P3. Yeah, the EDAMS cars haven't really been competitive all through the season, but I'm guessing they're gonna want to end this season on a high note. Real Bazino has been struggling to keep up the pace with some of the front runners. Max Smittler goes up into P4. And Demirol is down to P15. So this has really not paid off for him in the slightest. But now 3, 2, 1, and qualifying is over. And I think Sikorsky can have the pole. Schwulenberg can't do anything about that. He only manages to do P2. And I think it's gonna be this man, Jakub Sikorsky, the man from Poland, who's gonna have pole. As Talal Nugali goes P2. Good lap time from him as well, but it's not enough for him to secure pole. He's only at 10th off. Sikorsky's coming to the pits, so I think we can safely call it that Sikorsky does have the pole position. Adam Wolf goes P16. Tom Stevens, not the great season it's been for him either. I don't think he's going to be able to improve, but we're going to see anyways, as he's going to cross the line. And he goes P2. What a lap time from Tom Stevens. Puts it up into P2 in his final race for Mahindra and final race in Formula E. Anton Orlov, the Russian, goes P3. But what a lap time from Tom Stevens. Bravo. Jake Tildesley goes P10. Not enough to equal his Jaguar teammate. Håkon Olsen is actually up on his time. I think he might be able to secure pole. We're going to see as he now comes through the final corner. Here's Max Smittler for some reason. But what's the time going to be for Håkon Olsen? Can I secure pole? Max Smittler goes pole. But can Olsen do anything to combat that? We're going to see as he crosses the line. And it's pole for Olsen. It's pole for Håkon Olsen at the final race. But now as we're getting into the race. So the championship will be decided for this final race. As the 6 lights are now on. And we go green in Paris. And it seems everyone gets away quite well. But look at the start for Smittler. He's got the inside on Olsen, which is now going to turn into the inside. Olsen's got a massive jump there. There's Gabriel Gomez going in there. So Demirola, he's lost out massive amounts of time. Remember, but Olsen now still leads from Smittler, from Jakub Sikorsky in P3. Nugale is dueling with Anton Orlov for P5 there. As Gabriel Gomez is dueling with Mehmet Demiroğlu. And Demiroğlu is under pressure there from Fernando Tost as well, the Polish driver. Tom Stevens is overtaking Jakub Sikorsky, but it won't matter for Sikorsky as his championship rival is out of the points. They're ready for lock up their ahead. As here's Tobias Schwulenberg. He's going to try to challenge on the inside as they all head through the Eiffel Tower now. Here's Schwulenberg as he's trying to get Talal Nugale. He couldn't quite do it. There in the behind is Emil Nilsson and Anton Orlov. It's the Estonian versus the Russian. Orlov is going to be on the inside. He's now going to turn into the outside. Can he get the traction? As I think Nilsson might be through. No, they're still side by side. Great racing between the two. I think Nilsson might finally be through. No, they're still side by side. Orlov and Nilsson. This is great racing around. I think Hwang Min Nguyen might be able to get involved there as well. As look at that. Yeah, they're still side by side now. Through on the inside. Can Orlov get it done? No, they're still side by side. Coming up the hill now. Who's gonna get this for P7? This is a monumental battle we're having between the Venturi and the Dragon. As there's Jake Tildesley in the background. And Anton Orlov's gonna be on the outside, but I don't think that's gonna work. And finally, the battle comes to an end. Emil Nilsson is up into P7. What a battle that was. But I think there's a battle going on behind there as well. Jake Tildesley, the Jaguar, is being hunted by Eduardo Silva. Who is technically, mathematically still in the championship fight. But I don't think he's going to be able to do anything here. As he is out of the points. And Gomez and Demiroğlu, crucially, are both out of the points. So this is the optimal... This is the dream race at the moment. As there goes Adam Wolf. And Demiroğlu is really struggling right now. Which is really not what he wants. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a heartbreaker for Demiroğlu, unfortunately. And Sikorsky, I think this might be the title for him, should he not crash out. As Gabriel Gomez, here is P15, the man who's third in the championship standings at the moment. I think that might change soon. Because, yeah, we don't know if... no, I forgot what I was going to say. But Olsen, look at that. Once again, he's built up a very, very big gap to Max Miller. That's 7/10. Olsen obviously won an Anderstorp, but I think he's going to repeat that once again. So it'll be a very, very nice conclusion to the season for the Norwegian driver. Because that's going to guarantee him a good spot for next season. In what will become IndyCar next season, and possibly even Formula 2, who knows. But for now we will focus on this. So your top 10 at the moment is Olsen, Smittler, Stevens, Sikorsky, Nugale, Schwulenberg, Nilsson, Orlov, Nguyen, and Tildesley. Championship contenders who are out of the points currently is Demiroğlu, Gomez, I believe Toss as well, yes, Cherezhnia, and Eduardo Silva. So conveniently for Jakub Sikorsky, all of his championship rivals are out of the points. So he only needs to currently score about, I think, P5, no, not even P5, I think P7, and he has the championship in the bag. But Yeah, here is Riyad Bazino. He's chasing down Eduardo Silva. 4 tenths separate the two at the moment. Gabriel Gomez is there behind. I think there's a bit of train forming behind who I believe is Huang Min Nguyen. As Håkan Olsen sets the fastest lap. So he is really on it today. He's really gonna end the season on a high note. But someone else is gonna end the season on a high note is Jakub Sikorsky as well. What a season it has been for him as well. As Jake Tildesley drops in chat, personally I'm cheering for Jake Tildesley to win this race. I wonder why. But here is the man in question, Jake Tildesley. Been a bit of a rough season for Jaguar. They've been a bit in and out of the points. Tildesley obviously scored the first podium at Valencia, which was a good start for him, but it kind of didn't get much better than that for the Brit, unfortunately. So hopefully he will be able to do better at IndyCar. And we have got Mehmet's biggest fan in chat, Adam Hidayat, and yeah, I've got some bad news for you, buddy. Unfortunately, Mehmet Demirolu is P18, and yeah, that is not what the Turkish driver would have wanted, because now Sikorsky is going to win the championship, as he's actually getting further away from Adam Wolf, as here is the man who's going to be crowned champion, Jakub Sikorsky. He's chasing down Tom Stevens for P3, but yeah, it was a good start for Stevens as well. Stevens obviously probably one of the unluckiest driver in the OC period, because he's had not the greatest luck. Obviously he's had 2 DNSs to his name, and then he's just generally not had the best results. So he'll end the season on a high note as well, Tom Stevens. As here's Will Parrish. He's gonna be making a guest appearance in Formula 2 next week. He's gonna be replacing Laban Zosnishkai at Rapax for the final race of the season. As yeah, we wish Will luck there, and yeah, we're gonna see how he will fare. But I guess then this will prompt the talk of which Formula E drivers will get the promotion to Tier 2. So I guess, obviously, Sikorsky, if he wins the championship, I'd say maybe the top 3 would get promoted. But yeah, we'll see when the season ends. For now. As here is Will Parrish. You can see that he's actually closing a bit in on Mehmet Demirolu, but he hasn't been able to go for the overtake yet. As Håkan Olsen now sets the fastest lap as we approach lap 6 of 15, a 1:31.1. As Kai Cherezhnia sits last at the moment. Here's Anton Orlov. He's had a okay season as well. Made his debut at Donington, replacing Rosetta Martinez, as I said before. And he's had a pretty good season as well. So has Max Smittler. He's done very well in that Audi, it must be said. So yeah, this will be a very, very good way to cap off the season for Max Smittler. A P2 will be in the books for him as well. Same, Real Bazino. He's had very good. He showed some talent as well. He made his debut at Paul Ricard, if I remember correctly, and did some pretty fancy moves and scored points on his debut race. But yeah, other than that, he's been quite consistent throughout his season. As you can see, that Parrish is the gap to Cherezhnia is closing. You can see from this very, very nice aerial shot how close the 3 are there. But this is obviously not for any points. This is the battle for P18. As we shot lap 7, Håkan Olsen is just kind of doing time trials at the moment, and setting fastest lap after fastest lap. You can see that gap is up to 1.4 now. So Olsen is yeah, he's on fire, to say the least. He's driving a very well race, and I'm certain that he will have a very good career in IndyCar for next season, should he decide to sign up. As here's Gabriel Gomez, obviously the first ever race winner in Formula E. Obviously won in Valencia, so it was a good drive from him. As here's Tom Stevens, he's closed the gap to Max Smittler actually, and so has Jakub Sikorsky. So this might be a battle for P2 forming very soon. But I think we might be approaching the gap where the drivers seem to struggle to overtake us. They're actually, I think, was that Chirishny trying to go for an overtake? If so, then he must have misjudged that pretty badly, because yeah, there kind of wasn't a gap there, but or no, maybe no. To put that in other words, there, he wasn't close enough. Yeah, and Håkon Olsen 137. So now he is really improving. Smittler is still holding off Stevens, his fellow British compatriot Tom Stevens, and Jakub Sikorsky in P4. So yeah, we've seen some quite good defensive work from him in the past as well. And Tobias Schwulenberg, I think he will be having, I think he'll be quite happy to move to IndyCar. I think yeah, he's definitely had the potential to score good results this season, Tobias, but yeah, I feel like he's just been plagued by a multitude of different things. Lucca would have been his first podium, but unfortunately he had that collision with Hanebusa, I believe it was, and that sent him down the order, unfortunately. But yeah, we'll see how most of these drivers will fare in IndyCar, and we wish them luck. As here's Talal Nagali in the Jaguar. Obviously, unfortunately for him, he's had no standout results. But we'll see how that changes for next season, because everyone has high hopes on it. There, I think, is actually Tobias Schwulenberg trying to move on Talal Nagali. Yes, he is. As he goes on the inside into the final corner. And that puts Tobias Schwulenberg up into P5. Great move from the German. As now onto lap 9, Emil Nilsson actually sets the fastest lap. So he is closing the gap to Nugali, which is 1.7. So that is a pretty big gap at the moment. But for now, yeah, that's a good move for Schwulenberg. That was, but it's 2-second gap to Jakub Sikorsky at the moment. As there's actually a move there. That's Demirola getting past Adam Wolf. As you can see, they're side by side actually. No, I think Wolf has made a mistake, because Demirola's getting past, and now Parrish is getting past as well. So it's gonna be Will Parrish on the outside. Good angle there, as you can see the Eiffel Tower in the background. It's gonna be Parrish on the inside, and I think Will Parrish has got the move done. So that's Will Parrish up into P18 and Demirola up into P17. But yeah, this will definitely be a race to forget for Demirola, and yeah, it's a bit unfortunate for him. As here's Erika Hanebusa. She's had a pretty average season. So she'll, I think most of the drivers will be hoping to capitalize on the new tier, or not the new tier, but the replacing tier of Formula E. IndyCar will be going to new circuits. We'll have new cars, more driver spots, and the Indy 500, which will be very fun. Anyone will be able to enter that, obviously. As yeah, it's gonna be a completely new championship, functioning tracks, which is something we'll be hoping for. But yeah, it'll be very exciting with IndyCar, we'll have a lot of new things, and yeah, we'll leave this chapter behind. So yeah, I think Formula E was an alright tier. Obviously, when it worked, it was pretty good. I think the main reason why we are scrapping Formula E is because the cars and the tracks are generally too unstable, and the Formula E tracks aren't very good for racing in with AI racing in general. So yeah, IndyCar has a lot more tracks, and we'll be able to run more cars, and the Indy 500 will be a thing as well. So yeah, we're now on lap 10 of 15, so 5 laps remain of this Paris ePrix. Håkan Olsen is gonna take a second win in a row, and I believe he will be the only driver actually in Formula E to take 2 wins in a row. And Adam asks, can all drivers drive in the Indy 500? Yes, they can. Anyone can enter. But that's obviously not until next season. So the calendar for IndyCar has not been published yet. As here's Eric on the boost under pressure from Fernando Tost. Tost, the Polish driver who won in Miami, down in P14 at the moment. That's really not what he wanted to be at the moment. But yeah, his championship hopes are going to be over. But yeah, what a delight this is going to be for Sikorsky. All of his championship rivals out of the points, and it's going to be him who's going to come on P4 unless something happens to him, but that's not looking very likely at the moment. But Schulenberg looks to have built up the gap to Sikorsky as well. It's 6/10 now. Oh no, sorry, I meant Stevens to Sikorsky. My apologies. But here is Adam Wolf. He obviously made his debut at Virgin as well, alongside Riyad Bazina, replaced Jafari Blackwood, who went to Formula 2. He's done a bit kind of like Bazino. They've been quite solid, but they haven't given us any spectacular results. So yeah, as Håkan Olsen a 1:31. So his fastest lap, I remember last time. Oh, there's Anton Orlov, a 1:30 flat now. So everyone is bringing those times in at the moment, or those times down. As here is the Russian Anton Orlov in P8 at the moment. It's gonna be some points for him to cap off this Formula E season. Yes, there's a bit of smoke ahead. I don't know what that was, but yeah. And Emil asks, speaking of Emil, there he is. Do I need to sign up? Yes, IndyCar will be a sign-up tier, so anyone who wants can sign up for that tier. So you'll need to manually sign up, but the Formula E drivers, they will receive priority in signing up. So yeah. Here's Adam Wolf, his teammate. Where's the teammate? Riyad Bazino sits in P12, and Wolf has not been able to close down the gap on Will Parrish. As there, I think, is Silva. Did he try and move there? I think he just went wide, actually. As Håkan Olsen has now entered the 1:29, so he's just kind of trying to break his own times at the moment. You can see the gap's up to 2 seconds now to Max Mittler. But yeah, it's gonna be a very, very nice way for Olsen to end off the championship. And we'll see where he ends up next season. But yeah, not a lot of action going on. Qualifying was exciting, but yeah, I think some drivers are finding it a bit difficult to overtake, unfortunately. So we've not had much action, but yeah, this will be a nice way to end off the Formula E season here on the streets of Paris. But this man, he's only got 2 laps to go until he's crowned Formula E champion. So yeah, we're gonna wait. So I don't think, with how everything's looking, I think Sikorsky will be crowned champion. Doesn't matter if Schwollenberg gets ahead of him, which actually Schwollenberg seems to close the gap on Sikorsky. So Sikorsky's in a bit of a Mahindra sandwich at the moment. But this will be good points for Mahindra as well. They've not had the greatest season. They're last in the Constructors' Championship, so 3rd and 5th will be very good for Mahindra Racing as Anton Orlov, a 1:29.6 now. Strong lap time from the Russian, but he can't really catch Emil Nilsson at the moment. So yeah, I think what was I gonna say? No, I forgot. I think Orlov's gonna have pretty good chances in IndyCar as well. Same with Schwollenberg. Obviously, with that being a no, what was I gonna say? I was acting like this isn't a spec series. This is obviously a spec series as well, but IndyCar runs on more open circuits, more traditional circuits. This is obviously all street circuits. We've run a few permanent circuits due to some tracks not being available, unfortunately, and I feel like yeah, there aren't a lot of street circuits available on for Assetto Corsa, so yeah, we've had to kind of compromise, and I feel like sticking with the ground rules of Formula E, which we can't. As there's actually Jakub Sikorsky. I had a bit of a look there on Tom Stevens, as now we are going to approach the final lap of this Paris ePrix, as Olsen's going to start the final lap now. He's going to come home for a 2nd consecutive win in Formula E. Max Mittler's going to come home for another podium. I think it's another podium. I'm not really sure. But the Jake Tildesley actually takes the final, the fastest lap there. But Sikorsky closing in on Stevens. But whatever Sikorsky does now, he will be crowned Formula E champion. The man from Poland in that Andretti car. He is certainly looking very good for next season. And he will have a title under his belt as well. But yeah, as we go through the Eiffel Tower for the final time, with Adam Wolf and Kai Cherezhnia. Cherezhnia obviously would not have wanted to come last. Probably wanted to end the season on a bit of a higher note. But here we go with the nice aerial view with Håkon Olsen, the man from Norway, is gonna cross the final corner. And Håkon Olsen will win the final Formula E race here at Paris. Max Mittler is gonna come home 2nd. Tom Stevens is gonna come home 3rd. But Jakub Sikorsky is the 2017 Formula E champion. So that is a new champion that has been crowned. Håkon Olsen will another win for him. But Jakub Sikorsky is champion of Formula E. But that was it for the Paris ePrix. Håkon Olsen wins, Max Mittler is 2nd, and Tom Stevens his first ever podium. And he did actually get the fastest lap as well. So yeah, nice results for Tom Stevens. Jakub Sikorsky, our newly crowned Formula E champion, is 4th. Schwollenberg is 5th. Nugali 6th. Nilsson 7th. Orlov is 8th. Nigoya 9th, Tildesley is 10th, Silva 11th, Bazino 12th, Hanebusa is 13th, Toss is 14th, Gomez and Poco, the two Brazilians, 15th and 16th, Demirolo is 17th, Parrish 18th, Wolf 19th, and Cherezhnia last. But that is it for Formula E. So for one final time, I say thank you for watching, and thank you for sticking around for this Formula E season. It's been really exciting, and we've had some really good racing, and yeah, now it's time to bid farewell to Formula E. But yeah, we will see you next week for the Formula 1 finale and the Formula 2 finale as well. So we have a title decided for Formula 2, but it is goodbye for now.